So today I'm going to cover how to brace during the dumbbell bench press, because bracing in like upper body exercise and lower body exercise is completely different. So we're going to teach you kind of the intricacies to it. So it's more than just holding your breath, it's more than just bracing through your lats. There's a couple of different points. When we're done with bench press, and the big thing we want to do first and foremost is actually make sure we've got 3 points of contact, okay? So we want feet, butt, and shoulders. We'll not have a natural curve in our back, okay? So what I mean by this is we'll have a natural arch in our lower back like this. We might exaggerate it a wee bit, okay? We're not gonna get the powerlifter type where we really arch our spine, but we don't want to flat back against the bench because it can create a strong shelf essentially, okay? So if I start with my feet first and foremost, and I'm gonna over exaggerate it from here, my butt's gonna be on the edge of the seat. I'm gonna be lying back. A lot of people just lie here, okay? They're quite relaxed, their feet are often in front of their knees, and this creates a weak base. We want our feet to be like table legs. So ideally, we want our feet underneath our knees. The point of this is, if I push my legs as if I'm doing a leg extension like this, I should feel myself doing this up the bench, okay? Without the other points of contact being kind of ingrained. So what I want to do is feet underneath. I want to push down and push forward to create pressure to slide into my shoulders. If I've got this small arch under my back, as you can see now, I should be leaning into my shoulders as I do this, which means I won't move. I will not just go off the edge of the bench, okay? So, butt is in contact, feet are under my knees at least. If you're more mobile, you can go further backwards. I have to go on tiptoes for this. I sometimes enjoy doing this. It is personal preference if you have tiptoes or heels down. Just make sure you don't get cramped. If you're too far back, you might cramp up, okay? As long as you feel like you can push down and away like so. My arms are up above my shoulders like so, and I've got a nice arch in my lower back. So we've got feet, butt, and shoulders. And this is how we're gonna bench. The next part essentially is how do you get into that position? This is where you take a wee pause at the very beginning of your set to make sure you get into this position. So typically with lone lifters, I coach techniques like this. So dumbbells right to the edge of the knees, straighten the arms out as much as possible, and then you're gonna throw both legs up. Not one like this, you're gonna throw both legs up. Your butt is already set, roll, and they should essentially land there. You can correct your feet a little bit more, arch my back a little bit, and I'm engaged, okay? So my shoulders are in contact, my butt's in contact, and my feet are pressing, okay? What I'm gonna do is lower the dumbbells down, and as I push back up, that's when I want to drive with my legs as hard as I can, and up, okay? That will help me get a little bit more power into my chest as I'm more stable. So again, one more time. Feet are down, butt's down, nice shoulders pulled back, dropping the dumbbells to my chest, push. My hips might lift off the bench if I've got that kind of technique going right. So now we're going to talk about the actual brace through the upper body, okay? This essentially is, if I shoot from the front, if I have my arms out in front of me, all I'm going to think about is there's an orange under my armpit and I'm going to squeeze it with my armpit, okay? So if I have two dumbbells in my hand, I squeeze them down. You can think about rotating your elbows downwards, you can think about squeezing an orange, you can think about turning your palms up a wee bit, whatever makes sense to you. The aim here is that we're going to basically brace through our lats, which are under here, shoulders back, squeeze them tight, and that will stabilize our shoulders, okay? We don't want to just go, because the air's in here. We will use that, but we want to go squeeze the shoulder blades down and back, and then under the armpit, squeeze that orange, okay? So again, from the setup, I'm going to get myself lined up. Imagine he's extremely heavy, arms straight, leaning back, set myself, and now I'm going to exaggerate this. So over, I'm doing the wrong way around here. Squeeze my armpits, shoulders are back, feet are planted. Back up. And I want to hold that squeeze. I can reset if I need to. Back up. If you're now showing off, this is when you can take your breath. So you're not just going to take your breath into your chest, go like this. No, you should be able to talk. So while I do this, I'm going to take a breath into my tummy. And I've got pressure on my stomach now. I'm really pushing out, lots of intra-abdominal pressure. And I'm going to do all the bits before, squeeze my shoulders, arms grasping the orange, breathing out, breathing in, on the way out. They're all the small pieces you'll need for an essentially setting up a strong dumbbell bench press. Can be quite complex, okay, but simplify it. Feet, butt, and shoulders. Think about kicking the legs into the floor, but like you're doing a leg extension like this. And then lastly, for the shoulders, squeezing oranges under the armpits, trying to get those lats switched on. Also use that little setup technique I use there. Typically helps you up to probably just before your top weights. If this has helped, make sure you drop me a follow, make sure you drop me a like, and leave any comments below.